everywhere. There's no body part that goes unsprayed. Hi, I'm Antony Starr. I'm here for GQ. 10 things I cannot live without. Literally, like I can't make my life work without a passport, so. Apparently I'm a huge nerd. I got this special little wallet made for my passport. It says New Zealand, and this is one of the few maps that they included. It's not on every map. Green card, New Zealand driver's license, but the most important thing is this guy. I'm not gonna show you the photo, but that is my New Zealand passport. Of course, New Zealand being so cute, we put little designs on it. Can't live without it. Can't travel without it. I try and get back to New Zealand as many times as I can, which is usually once or twice a year. The Boys was all shot in Toronto. That was, 9 months, 8-9 months a year up in Toronto. I love traveling, and I've been able to do much more of it than I thought I ever would, so. A book. I haven't opened this one yet, but it was in my bag because I always have one tucked away just in case. What I have found since I've been traveling a bit more is, you know how when you're plugging the headset in, there's 2 longer prongs and 1 shorter, and you gotta get it right in the triangle? I can't be fucked. Oh, I can't be bothered. I can curse. I can't be fucked dealing with that. So I've started watching movies on silent with the with captions on, and then falling asleep to them. But if I get bored of that, I need to have a book. You gotta have something else handy because we spend so much time on screens. You know what? When I started out, everyone just used to talk, or read books or talk on film sets. Now everyone's in their phones. You just look around and everyone's just buried in their phones. And I'm not a huge fan of that. So yeah, if I'm not dealing with another human interaction, then yeah, I'll pull a book out for sure. Don't throw it. Guess what's in here? Coffee, which is the next thing I can't live without. And I'm gonna have this as we talk about it. This is a recent thing for me. I'm like fully addicted to coffee. I've turned into someone that if my throat doesn't feel like it's melting, it's not strong enough. And then I went to Rome recently for the launch of the show, and everyone was getting espressos. And so I went in Rome, and I've started drinking espressos a lot more, and there's not much of it. But now I realize it's the strongest form of coffee you can get. So, cheers. It doesn't even taste good, but it's strong. I'm a jerk about my coffee as well. Like whenever I'm on set, I make it myself, and there's a shade of brown. It's so specific that it needs to be. That's how I know the milk is right. It's like 3/4 of a sugar. And if it's too sweet, if it's not sweet enough, it's wrong. So I take control of it. In an hour, I'm gonna regret it. I'll be shaky and upset. But right now, it's great. Yeah, coffee, 100% coffee. These are deceptive. Sunglasses, specifically Jacques Marie. First of all, I think they're the best glasses I've ever worn. These are actually transitions. They look normal right now. You take them out into the sun and they turn into sunglasses. Since my eyes started falling apart, I decided if I'm gonna wear glasses, I'm gonna turn it into some sort of funky, fun accessory, which is not like me, really. But I figured, turn the loss into a win. And these guys, as I say, they're the best glasses. So I got a bunch of pairs now. I love Wayfarer shape, and so a lot of them tend to be pretty similar to that. And these are a little bit different to that as well, but like they've become an absolute necessity for me to see because contacts, I'm really good at getting them out, but getting them in is like, it's 20 minutes an eye, and like by the end of it, I'm like saggy and red, and so that's not gonna work. I've never worn contacts when I've been acting, and most of the time it's okay, but I am starting to realize lately that if people are further away in low light, I can see their figure, I can't see their facial details. That's starting to become a problem recently. I might start doing it, which will mean I'm gonna have to really practice and get good at putting them in, or do what Seth Rogen does and just play characters with glasses. Sauvage by Dior. I'm paranoid about smelling. I'm obsessed with not smelling, especially on long days on set when, you know, you get hot and sweaty or whatever. Because I don't particularly like it when other people have like BO smell, and I don't want people smelling me and going, yuck. This, it's pretty strong. So you don't need to put a lot on. That means it lasts quite a while as well. But I get so many people saying, wow, you smell really good. How many sprays do I do? Yeah. 5, maybe 2 for good luck, which is probably about, 3 too many. I probably smell like gasoline in the morning. Ironically, my sense of smell isn't great. So maybe that's why I worry about what other people could smell that I don't. But I'd rather have too much and not smell like BO. Headphones. And these Bose ones are the best ones that I've found. I got some size on my ears, so having that little bit of space for them in there, like that, is perfect. I always have music going on something. Usually some kind of guitar-based rock, but it really just depends. Love Kendrick Lamar, Björk, Crowded House, New Zealand band. It's not rock, but it's, I don't know, Crowded House. Favorite band at the moment is Idols, which are an English rock band and sort of modern punk rock.
Did you ever listen to Metro sample Homelander?
Yeah, actually that was fun. I got approached to if there was any chance that Metro could sample a speech that I did in season 3, I think, when Homelander had a meltdown. There's a speech about him being the real hero. He just loses it and just shouts out at everyone. And they wanted to sample it and put it on his album, Heroes and Villains. I gotta admit, at the time, I actually didn't know who he was. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, yeah, sure. Came out great. It's a great album. The sample's really cool to hear in there. I like to think of it as my foray into a rap career. It's not, but that's what I tell people. The memes from this show and this character they're my favorite. There was an Ashley, look at me, that turned into a song on TikTok and went all over the place. My favorite is, I blew my cheeks out in one. And the kids today, with their tech wizardry, made my cheeks enormous like a hot air balloon. And it's almost like the worse I look, the happier I am. A little bit of decongestion. This is a brand. I don't have a specific brand. And Burt's Bees Chapstick is a must, which I'm gonna use right now. I think this is the best one because it has a matte finish, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing gloss. Enough flavor, but not too much. And I hate the feeling of chapped lips. I can't stand it. And because of my father, I'm gonna blame him and his nose. It doesn't work properly, let's leave it at that. So I've inherited that, and my sense of smell isn't great. It gets worse if I don't have one of these around, just in case to But the problem with these things as well, you can only use them sparingly because I do not look at what's in them and don't think about what's in them. It's like Drano going up your nose. They will just clear everything out, so I just keep one on me. Same with this. What other questions have you got about nasal products? The next thing that I've recently realized I can't live without. I can't live without sleep, and I can't sleep without this. My sleep mask, which looks more like something I would take skiing. This is the best one I've found, actually. I sort of looked at it, and it was like $150, and it was like, do I really want to invest that much in a sleep mask? But these are brilliant, and they got these cushion things that suck around your eyes, and you can adjust everything. And they've got this non-slip piece here that goes onto your head. You can adjust depending on how big your nose is and how wide the gap is between your eyes, which hopefully isn't too much. So there you go. I should take the glasses off, but that's the gist. Recently, especially, I've been going in and out of different time zones and having to try and get as much sleep as I can during the day, which I can't do. I'm terrible at sleeping during the day. So this has just become a little lifesaver. Not the phone. I think phones have become a little bit of a menace. However, there are a couple of things on my phone that I love and can't live without. And one of them is an app called Words with Friends. It's a Scrabble game that I play with my father, seeing as I'm away all the time. At the moment, I think we've got like 9 games going. So it's just a cute way to keep in touch with Dad. He wins too much, which he didn't used to, which is annoying. I just realized at one point when he was learning how to play, because I used to play with everyone, he wasn't very good. And so I was like, I'll let the old boy win. But now he's gotten better. So now he actually legit beats me, which is frustrating. So that's one. The other there's a podcast called Hardcore History. It's a guy called Dan Carlin. He is not a historian, he's just a fan of history. It's like listening to an audiobook. He's got, I think, there's one on the Mongol Empire that's like, it's divided up into 5 parts and each part is like 4 hours long. There's another one on World War I, again, 5 parts, 20 hours long. It's like quite a commitment, but it's fascinating. And I just discovered another one, Boring History for Sleep, which I started putting Hardcore History on overnight. I got used to it now. So I have to have it on with my new eye masks. So, there could be all manner of like wartime history lesson going on in the background. But then I found Boring History to sleep by. And I was, that's perfect. This is maybe why I don't have a girlfriend. But it's really interesting as well. Like it's not boring at all. If I wake up and I can't get back to sleep, I'll just sit there rather than going, I gotta get back to sleep. I'll just listen to something about, the berserkers and how they lived and, or ancient Rome or whatever it is. I don't feel like I'm wasting time trying to get back to sleep. So yeah, that's more than anyone needed to know, but that's the truth. My favorite earthlings are canines, much more than people, unfortunately. I do love people, but, dogs are the best. And these 2 dogs, which are my dogs, are the best dogs. The white one is Maxine, the little brown one is Oliver. They're both rescues. Max was off the streets of LA. Oliver he was from Tijuana. I don't know what happened in the first few months of his life, but he's a little timid. You never know with rescues exactly what happened. So he's a sensitive little guy, but he's brilliant. He's feisty and just a great little dude. Maxine, she's 7 now, and when I got her, it was like literally I would walk around town with her in a tiny little bag on my hip. Coming home to me is them. The house is great, yada, 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 you got all your stuff there, but what gives it life is those little guys. I wish I could take them with me, but traveling with them is, it's pretty difficult. I used to take Maxine up to Toronto to shoot the boys, but then when you get 2, it's difficult to travel, and frankly, it's better for them to stay at home and then I leave and come back. So I want to make the most of them and see them as much as I can, but someone's got to pay for the food, and they don't. They just take. They give love. I mean, I do love that. That sounds bad. I love these shitty little takers. Whoop. Okay, naturally, I can't live without Mr. Zog's sex wax. Enough said. I love surfing, it's my favorite sport. Living in California has been amazing because the coastline is absolutely beautiful. I have a camper van, so, I love going up and down the coast with the dogs and just, parking up in nature and surfing and hanging out. I don't always, very rarely in fact, work in a place where I can get in the water. So this isn't something that I can not necessarily live without, because that would be weird. But if I can be near the ocean, near somewhere to surf, this is my guy. Can't do it without that. Yeah, I didn't really think about this as much as I realized I needed to. In this moment, in real time, I'm realizing I can live without it, but I would prefer to live with it, because that means I'm somewhere I can indulge my hobby. Thank you, GQ, for having me. I feel like I've learned a lot today, and I hope you learned a little something too. And in real time, I discovered how strange I am in certain ways. But I've had a hell of a time, and I appreciate you guys.